Welcome to the I Can Do That podcast. I'm Jem Fadling, spiritual formation coach, author, and founding partner of Unhurried Living. With 30 years experience in spiritual formation, I help people grow by combining grounded optimism with practical spirituality. This effective dynamic will guide you onto the path of discernment so that you can transform your hopes into habits. Each episode, I'll share one practical idea with one simple takeaway. Together, we'll grow at the pace of transformation, and you'll move into your day saying to yourself, I can do that. I'm sure you've noticed the speed with which people interact. Picture yourself at the grocery checkout line. There's friendly banter, of course, but you're typically rushed along so that the person behind you doesn't get agitated. And what about the fast food drive-thru? More quick talking and fast action so that you can get in, get out, and get gone. If you're a parent, you might find yourself hurrying your children along so that you can get to the next thing or just get done with whatever is next on the to-do list. When was the last time you had a leisurely conversation? Do you find yourself talking fast and cutting people short so that you can get on with whatever you were doing? It's not your fault. It's in the cultural air we breathe. We may assume that others are busy and we are likely in their way. Or we think the same thing about ourselves. I don't have time for this. And by the way, that phrase is the title of episode number 3, and it has the most listens of all my episodes. I think we are really feeling this. Most people these days don't have someone who just simply listens to them. Many of us are overconnected on tech gadgets and yet are starving relationally. Listening is one very practical gift we can give our fellow travelers that may soothe their soul. In The Contemplative Pastor, Eugene Peterson speaks about listening. He's referring to pastoral listening in this quote, but I think it translates to any one of us who is willing to take the time to give the gift of an unhurried listening ear. Here's what Peterson has to say. Listening requires unhurried leisure, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Leisure is a quality of spirit, not a quantity of time. Only in that ambiance of leisure do persons know they are listened to with absolute seriousness, treated with dignity and importance. The number of persons listened to must necessarily be less than the number spoken to. Listening to a story always takes more time than delivering a message, so I must discard my compulsion to count, to compile the statistics that will justify my existence. I can't listen if I'm busy. When my schedule is crowded, I'm not free to listen. I have to keep the next appointment. I have to get to the next meeting. But if I provide margins to my day, there is ample time to listen. Now, Peterson is inviting us to slow down a bit, make some margin, and listen well. In light of that, here are a few questions to ponder. What does it feel like when someone truly listens to you? How might you give that same gift to another? And what would it take to relax your inner pace so that you could be more present with others? Listening is a most special gift, so go ahead and be as generous as possible this week. Now here's your I can do that. Pause for a minute right here and consider this. Who is one person that you can make time to listen to this week? It could be someone already on your calendar. You simply decide beforehand that you're going to listen deeply and attempt to quiet the rush in your heart, and then really listen. Remember, you're making your way forward one small, simple, and gracious step at a time. If you want to make further progress in your own formation, I encourage you to pick up a copy of my book, What Does Your Soul Love? 8 Questions That Reveal God's Work in You. In it, you'll find themes such as desire, resistance, vulnerability, fear, and joy, and such questions as, what do you really want? Where are you hiding? What's getting in your way? And what's most real to you? Holding and living the questions is a great way to cooperate with your own growth process. So go ahead and pick up a copy of What Does Your Soul Love from your favorite bookseller. If you love what you just heard, please follow, rate, and review this podcast. This helps more people find us, and I really appreciate your help. You can also text this episode to a friend so they can join you on this journey. Together, let's move at the pace of grace and grow at the pace of transformation.